Next up, we have a deadly dance from the Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoons or Sly Raccoon soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, what happens if we reach 10,000 before Christmas 2025? The gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's do this. A deadly dance, let's go. Okay, so we start with three main elements. One, we have our drum hi-hat giving us that beat. We have a synth giving us what could be our melody and the initial motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from. And we also have another percussion. It sounds like a orchestral bass drum, which is not 100% playing to the beat. Interesting choice, because it sounds like it's in a separate time signature or a separate metronome. Let's see where this goes. So yeah, it has a syncopation. Okay, so now we bring some orchestral brass, right? So it seems like we have an orchestra going on over here. The orchestra, of course, being the biggest ensemble, one of the biggest ensembles that you can get. You can see here there's a lot of people. We are having now the trombones and the tubas giving us now this thing. It's using a rhythm minigame boss. Okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, we're having this going on. We have the trombones now giving us this version. Lemon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome today. How you doing? So we're having this going on, and yeah, the drums, the bass drum is engaging in what we call syncopation. Syncopation being when you play against the beat. In this case, we have the hi-hat, and the bass drum is hitting against that beat. So syncopation usually happens when you hit against the beat, or against your metronome. The metronome is just the click that gives you the steady pace, right? So let's see where this goes. And we have one more percussion in the distance. Oh yeah! Okay, so now we have the rest of the orchestra giving us a little bit of accompaniment, right? Those are accompaniment. Now we are starting to slowly but surely align a little bit more with that bass drum. And we have this kind of thing, what do we call it? We're having the... Sorry, I read that. Yeah, we have a process for that. Live cue is going to be afterwards. So we're having this going on. We bring in what sounds to be some French horns being these ones over here, with a crescendo, right? So crescendo being when you make something louder, right? It gives us that very nice creeping in vibe that we're getting from some of these instruments. Let me hit a bit more. There we go. And we are getting also some of the strings. I think the violins are always getting those hits, like bang, bang. Still in the accompaniment, there is, I think the lead right now is the brass instruments with those chords giving us here, giving us what could be like an elongated version of the motif. Elongation is when you make something slower in music. So, for example, in this case, we had the original motif, which was something like this, right? Like, I'm giving a very, very simplified version, and it's not entirely how the motif was, right? The whole idea here being that that was the original, and now that we're doing elongation, we are having right now the fade in. Then we're waiting a little bit with the fade in with the crescendo, and then again, and each time. But overall, we are still playing that same melody. Let's see where this goes. We bring back the brass. Alright, we changed the brass a little bit to be a little bit rhythmic. Still syncopated against that bass drum. That bass drum has to be in a separate metronome reading. It has to be. Like usually when you have music, you have three components, right? You have melody, harmony, and rhythm. So melody being your individual horizontal lines of music, that's where you get counterpoint, that kind of stuff. Harmony being by far the most complicated one, you know, the notes that you use, the scales you get out of that, the chords you get out of that, the relationships between them, and you can just keep adding layers of extrapolation to this. And then rhythm being the use of time. How fast, how slow, when things happen, how fast things happen. Rhythm is subdivided into bars or measures, this is the same term. And then these are determined by both a time signature and your BP and your tempo, or BPM, which means beats per minute. And now that we have BPM, we have what is called a metronome, right? Like the most common metronome reading is 120 BPM, which is one beat every 2 seconds. And what we're having over here could be a case of a slightly of multiple metronomes happening. So we're having the entire orchestra going in, let's say, 120 BPM, and the bass drum on top of that is playing at 125 BPM. So having that extrapolation over there will result in 120 BPM being slower. So those bars are going to be taking a little bit longer to play than the one in 125. So at the start, they're going to sound fairly aligned. And then over time, the distance is going to start being a lot more noticeable. This is how I think is thing. So yes, and thank you, Magnus. I appreciate it. So yeah, let's see where this goes, because we're having this. Because now we're having the syncopation thing here. Now we're starting to slowly align, but still not aligning. Not fully aligning with the bass drum. I think the bass drum is slower. I think the bass drum is slower. Alright, we bring it back to the start. So yeah, you can hear that bass drum is entirely, and this is a cool thing that just happened because of that misalignment of the bass drum, even though we are back to the beginning, that misalignment is giving us variation. Very simple, but also fairly straightforward. Interesting. Let's see where it goes. So yeah, you can hear that bass drum. So yeah, we're doing the exact same we were doing before. With the original motif, little variation there, little change in direction. New motif, new version of the motif. And we engage in sequencing, right? So we're having mainly the brass covering this, and we are doing some sequencing. Sequencing being a way that you can develop your material with, right? Where you repeat a melodic idea just from a different starting point. There's many ways you can do this. You can do the full melody, for example. Let's say we have this over here, right? Let's say we have this. And if we were to sequence it, we can do, for example, upward stepwise motion, right? Or you can do like one of the notes is going to stay where it is while the other ones do the sequencing. So let's say the first note stays in C. You can have that. Of course, you can do different directions. You can do partials like this, that kind of stuff. Overall, yeah. But the whole thing is we're doing sequencing over here to develop that material, to develop that melody. Let's see where this goes. Very cool rhythm over here. Let's see. And it sounds, and we have something in the background. It sounds like some of the woodwinds, maybe the oboes and clarinets, giving us a little bit of a doubling of what the brass is playing. Doubling is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time, giving us a little bit of a doubling that, just a little bit quieter and a little bit further in the back. Interesting choice with that. It works. It works. Let's see where it goes. There we go. It's slowly getting louder with every repetition. Changing over for the cadence. Now we're doing the downward. A little bit more of the silence. We bring this one back. We bring a plucked string in the back. So we bring a plucked string in the back. Sounds like a banjo. Giving us some chords there being arpeggiated, right? So arpeggio when you play a chord one note at a time, right? Like here's C minor, here it is arpeggiated. So we're having these chords now being arpeggiated while we bring back this rhythm from the brass, and it sounds like we have some sounds from the game itself. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, like we're having some sound effects from the game. Complete change in the drums. So yeah, we have now a mix of sound effects from the game. We are reusing some of the material we've used before with the brass, which this is a good way of using brass, you know, having that stinging, short bursts of music kind of thing. So you just slept through the entirety of your US history class. You should not have. Now you should go watch some YouTube videos about that topic. Anyway, let's see where this goes. And yes, life advice: do not compromise your sleep. If you really want happiness, do not compromise your sleep. Make that one of the few things you do not compromise on, or you compromise the least that you can. Just get your eight and a half hours of sleep every night, and you will see how much less shit you feel. Let's see where it goes. Extended version of this motif. Nice, this version. With those effects in the background, I'm pretty sure those are intentional. So we are now bringing in some of the other sounds from the game, and yeah, right now this is very rhythmic, right? Like we're going through the beats right now, and we're just changing the melody as we go. Very nice and straightforward. The bass drum is gone. The orchestral bass drum is gone because this one was like it felt kind of like a very harsh change over here, but the melodies are still there. So I'm gonna chuck it to maybe like a conditional thing for the game. Let's see. Let's go. Adding a little bit of extra rhythm to these. You know, adding the notes in between. Using a bit more silence. So we're slowly making this more complicated. Oh, we changed the beat again. We speed it up. We're slowing things down, speeding it up. So we are really messing around with the rhythm right now. We're changing how fast we're going. We're changing the metronome, the speed in the metronome. We're changing the rhythms a little bit. Overall, we are still doing variations on the same ideas. We're just adapting them to the rhythms that we're doing right now. Creative, especially if you're using this for scoring, because this as its own piece, not very good. Like this as its own piece to listen to, not very good. But once you add the context of the game and that this is reflecting something that is happening in the game, then it serves a better purpose and it becomes actually decent. So let's see where this goes. This is where I'll orchestrate it. So there we go. Slow down, speed up, silence. Bringing back this with the banjo, and we have some strings in the back as well. All right. Oh, and we bring a timpani. Now we bring a timpani to this. Timpani being these 4 drums over here. I really love the timpani. It's such a full sleep cycle. First 2 hours 10 minutes, very long. Normally is 1 hour 40. 2:10 is a lot. So yeah, everybody has sleep cycles. You have to figure out what works best for you, but generally try to not compromise on your sleep. That is one of the best things that you can do. It really is. So yeah, don't compromise your sleep. Let's see where this goes. I think so, Valid, yes. We changed it very abruptly. So yeah, these abrupt changes outside of the game, they don't sound very good. But once you're in the game, is compromising sleep compromises everything else, then you need to get your life in order, which, you know, fair enough. It's just being a human. It's being a human. Like, yeah, like one of the things I've learned over my many years, there are things that you can go without, and that you probably should go without. Sleep is not one of them. Sleep is one of the absolutes that you need to do. Sleep, eating, like eating properly, those are things that you should not compromise ever. Anyway, let's see where this goes. So, that's okay, Magnus. So yeah, we're speeding up, slowing down, very erratic in that sense. Now we're having this, again, we're doing the beats where we're escalating slowly. Is an example? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's an example. So now we're adding on top of this a call and response. So call and response, musical conversation. We are having the brass doing the call. Then we're having what sounds to be the bass and the sound of the pouring and ice as the response. You can hear it pretty clearly. Very nice. Let's see where it goes. And yeah, we're just going up and up and up and up and up. So yeah, we're just escalating, we're speeding up. And one last condition. I guess it's gonna be the end of the fight. So yeah, you can very clearly hear how each of these sections has been a section for the game once a certain condition is met. So these are different loops that we'll be playing. Right now, this one seems to be... like all of these are played in the engine at specific points. So yeah, let's just hear how it ends. We're getting those... Oh, and we faded out, yeah, because likely this is an older game, so this would probably just loop back to somewhere else. So yeah, by themselves and in this succession, of course, it's not going to sound that good, but once you put it in the game and you create the conditionals for each individual one of these, it makes a lot more sense and it adds up a lot better, right? And there you have it. That was a Deadly Dance from the Sly Cooper or Sly Raccoon soundtrack. First time doing this one as well, so there you go. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, which... not very likely. Still possible, just not very likely. If it happens, on top of doing the audiobook fanfiction thing, I will also play a single video game of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, live on stream. We'll dedicate a couple of after shows or maybe even a full stream for that, right? This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no bonding, no buying followers, no alt accounting, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Link down below in the description. Go join the Discord for all the stuff and the hyping and whatnot. Artists on YouTube or otherwise, musicians, let's work together, let's make stuff. This is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills, whether it's my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, or if you want help figuring out something for your composition, whatever it is, right? Reach out, let me know, let's work together. And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that could benefit from any of my skills, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions what to do. If you're on the live stream, please hold. We have the giveaway first. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time, at least at this time. Again, we stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe at this time. So if you don't live in Europe, don't worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in Discord and Twitch, both linked down below. So if you live in Koto and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. They're both linked down below, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. We record them live on stream during the after show in the main channel, and then the recordings go here. A link down below in the description, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you have it. Deadly Dance, Sly Cooper. Good stuff, man. Pretty good. Like, it goes to show how tricky game music can be, right? But good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.